All right. Hello, hello. I'm going to be continuing on today with this piece that I started on Monday. May as well just play it one more time just to remind myself how it goes and decide what to do next. Hello. Okay, that's what we got so far. I was just thinking about this flute part, which at the moment diverges from what the violins are doing. And because I remember I changed the violins but not the flute. So let's try and... Why do you have two notes? Good. Let's try and see if that improves things slightly. It just helps it to cut through a little more. Because previously it was getting lost there at the end of the phrase. Then I was also thinking, do I have enough voices in the middle? It seems kind of like this, between this G and the G, the octave above, there's really not enough going on. I think it would be nice to have in the long strings. It'd be nice to have the F to the E. Oh wait, it has to be F, then E because it's like a 4-3 suspension there. And then what else could I have? This might be a bit too much, but I'm just trying to fill out some of the voices. Let me just hear the string's long patch on its own just quickly. Okay, it's too sudden now, so we need something. At least that, and maybe more. But remember that the melody on top of this is going to help bridge the gap. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, digging that. I also spotted something else that I wanted to sort of clean up, which is, yeah, this little thing. This G, I think, needs to start here and be tied through. Let's check that out. Yeah, it was just a little mistake from when I copied some stuff around earlier. Okay. Good, so I'm sort of happy with the second section now. And the big question, and this is where it could go a lot of different ways, is sort of deciding where to go next. I thought it would be kind of cool, although in the original... So, just to recap for anyone who may have missed it, I'm writing this piece for my friend Mike's challenge, where we have to basically write 1:30 to 2 minutes of music to a given brief. And at the moment, what I have already is about... So if I start the timer here, and then end it here. It's about 1:15, so I don't have very much time. Although I've kind of just been restating the same material over and over. But it has also felt right in terms of the pace of the progression to me. Like, I feel like I haven't harped on it. Like, if you just listen to the piece for the first time, it's at this point, after 1:15, that you're ready for something new to be introduced. I don't think I've, like, overstayed my welcome yet. At least that's my feeling right now. So, I think I shouldn't change before now, is what I'm saying. So I guess I just need to mess around for a bit. I think I want to get away from F minor because, yeah, we want to go somewhere. I mean, that's a bit cheesy, but it is also very good. So it's like you're on the chord of 5, and then you just go to the chord of 6, interrupted cadence or whatever. Although it's pretty straightforward. I think everything I've been doing so far here is straightforward as well, so I think it could be good to go there next. There, you know? So I'm just going to use the piano for sketching out some ideas. Hey, Vincenzo. Yes, it is. It's the same piece as last stream, but I'm going to try and actually finish it today, or at least get it a lot closer. I've got about 1:15 of music, and it's all kind of AA at the moment. So I'd like to develop it, and what I'm going to try and do right now is write a little B section, then maybe do like an AABA if there's enough time, at least an AAB coda thing, and have there be enough material that it sort of feels like the end of the piece. The other thing that I was thinking about for this B section is that I have in my notepad here what the brief was, and the two keywords that stood out to me were desolation and purpose. I think I've got the desolation vibe kind of working, but now purpose could happen in this B section. And also, in the brief it says, they're now hoping to start a new life elsewhere, living anonymously if they can. So there's something about like purpose and tension and hiding that I want to kind of capture in this second half. It's not really the second half because I'm already over the halfway point, but in the second bit. So I'm trying to come up with that now, basically. Oops, sorry, that was loud. That's the big moment. I think actually that's maybe a sign that this is slightly too big. Which part is really that loud? Yeah, I think the brass is a little too loud here. I mean, I want it to be like powerful and strong, but it feels a bit over the top, actually. I'm just going to pull the CC down 1 unit. Oh, and I think I know what might have happened. I can see here that in this tuba/bass trombone patch, I haven't set the mod to anything. I still think this should probably be a G. Okay, so I think it was just a little bit of like stray MIDI where we didn't know what the MIDI was supposed to be. That's nicer. Is there film footage that this will go to? No, this is being written just as like a suite of music, and then the idea is that you would take these melodies and certain layers, like for example, you might just take the bassoon chords and music edit them around with the intention that yes, it should go to a piece of film, but it's just being written away from the film to start with. That's kind of the idea of this particular challenge. So like, let's say you took just this, let's say you came to a scene where this texture was good, you could just take these two. You could use that as a starting point for a new cue. It's kind of like extracting layers from this music and using it to build a new piece of music that will satisfy that particular moment in the film. It's for an imaginary film, so it's a bit... but it's still a good exercise. Okay. So I need to come up with my B section here. I definitely think I want to bring in some of my friends' short strings. And actually, I'd like to do something... one moment that I did like from earlier on, that I want to do more with. If I bring these up here, let me try this. Did I do this right? Whoops, wrong button. If you guys can see here more, I have this D flat chord with a G on top, so it's kind of like the Lydian sound. And so I want to do more with that in this next section. So what I'm doing here is instead of resolving back to 1, which would be the F minor, I'm going to the 6, which is flat, and then I want to put a G on top kind of thing. Something, I don't know. Maybe that's already something else. But let's leave that off for the moment. So... need to sort of decide where I'm going, so... could be. I like the start of it. Oh, I have a new follower. Could that follower be? It's Vincenzo. Thank you, Vincenzo. Yeah, I think it's a good start of an idea. I'm not sure it's totally the right direction, but let's at least put it in. So I'll just play the top part in that I'm hearing. Okay. I'm playing it quite out of time because I wasn't expecting this to be quite as slow as it actually is. But I think the slowness is working. So okay, I kind of like that as a phrase, although it doesn't have much space in it, but I can refine it as I go. So, I at least want to have that again. So that... maybe I shouldn't do the exact same thing, but... could that be interesting? Whatever I did there, I didn't like, but... let's just make these all, like, long notes to try and show that they are something of a melody. That turns it into something weird. Okay, maybe I'll just keep it conventional, so... No, not totally sure this is satisfying the brief, but I do really like it, so I'll explore it a little more. And then let's try and go to a different chord than B flat minor here. Have I maybe put myself into a bit of a corner? Because what I'm thinking about right now is that I'd really love to go ba-da-da, again, play the F again. And the natural chord that you'd want to play underneath it is the B flat minor. If I play the F minor, it feels too much like just coming back to the 1. It feels awkward, like I've come back too soon. So I'm kind of ruling out the F minor already. And I don't know if it's interesting enough to do the B flat minor again. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I can do? Try and simplify this. Okay, I can reuse that the G minor 7 flat 5 kind of sound. So have the F again. And then what did I do here? Okay. A little straightforward, but okay. Trying to avoid just playing the C7. Is there anything nicer I can do? Okay, I gotta think, where am I trying to get back to? I guess I'm trying to get back to this moment. In terms of time, it'll be 4 bars. 4 bars at this tempo is approximately 16 seconds. That would put me in just the right place. Okay. Still figuring out exactly what I want to do. Let's maybe take this melody that the flute / violins are playing and in principle say, okay, it could go here. Sorry, there. Yeah, maybe it's too soon to play that. I don't know about the melody yet. Let's just keep focusing on the chord. So, hello, Tim G. 4-Stroke. This channel is about writing music. That's what I'm doing right now. Thanks for hanging out. And then maybe do like a run-up to whatever this is, and this will be this melody at its most intense that it's ever been. And it's just the final statement of it. louder. Yeah, that could work. Maybe I could just arpeggiate the C major there. Okay. And then, so what I'm thinking about here is this B section will introduce some new elements, probably some more rhythmic stuff. And then it's also a bit of a harmonic diversion and a new bit of material that hasn't been heard before, which I'm liking that. It's got the whole Lydian suspension thing. And then when we come back here in bar 26 to play the end of the A section, it's going to keep all of that rhythmic and, you know, stuff, whatever I decide to add there. It'll continue that until the end, and it'll also play the melody that we've had before in kind of the most intense version. So we've kind of got like a little one, a medium one, and a big one with a linking section between them. So I think that's about as clearly as I can think about this at the moment, because I'm still sort of deciding what I'm doing. So what I'll just quickly do to help you guys and myself is I will transcribe these chords that I'm going to be working with. We've got D flat, and then we've got flat minor. Nothing all that fancy with these chords, but it doesn't have to be if it works. Then F minor. Then after that, we've got like an E flat sus 4-3. That's a really nice moment, and I think I should keep it not to. I should keep it. I should keep it kind of in reserve, like not do it too many times. Okay, sorry, what was I doing? So yeah, that's those four. Then bar 25, you are a D flat again. And then here, I've got my G minor 7 flat 5 on the third beat. And then, oh yeah, I think I wanted F. Try F minor over A flat here. I haven't actually decided on this chord. Yeah, I just do a big C7 there. No holds barred on that one. There was a time for subtlety. It is not now. And then when I come back to the last section, it's going to just basically be the same as this, kind of restating that. So again, the same progression we've had before. F minor, C over E, E flat, D flat, B flat minor, F minor over A flat, G minor 7 flat 5, C sus 4 7. And it's going to be, it played like two notes at once. That's going to be that. And then I'll decide what to do. I mean, whether we resolve it or just leave it hanging or whatever. But we're coming to the end of like the 2 minutes that I'm like allowed to write for this suite. Okay, I've been doing a lot of thinking and playing with the piano and mapping things out. So just so that there's not too much of that. Let me just play you guys again where we're at so far, because I made a couple cleanups. And then you can hopefully see where I'm trying to get to. Oh, sorry. Starts from here. Okay, and that's what's going to transition us into this B section that I'm just coming up with now. So I have my chords here. My first instinct is to do something with the short strings, because we haven't used them yet. This will all be revised. It's going to be... I think I should keep... Maybe have those voices move slightly more. Hello, Tyler. What about a plug-in virtual conductor that's just a transparent background guy in tails floating around on your DAW, batoning along? I mean, it could help with my productivity. If you want to write that for me, I'll install it. I want to kind of sort of retain a similar sort of pattern. So let me try and do it this way. Yeah, I think I'll just keep roughly the same pattern and edit the voices so that it still feels relatively consistent. And what was this bar? This bar is the E flat sus4 bar. Oh yeah, the best bar. I think maybe all of this will need to be a little bit louder, so I'll just add some velocity. Okay, roughly. Some of the details could be cleaned up, I know. I'm just trying to get some stuff out there. So then this bar now is the G minor 7 flat 5. Actually, a lot of these same notes will work because it's a very similar sort of chord. Actually, all of those notes work identically. And then we need the... more of a bass line in there. I think I won't repeat the A flat. I could do it like that. And then this one will be the C7. I have a little bit of internal movement, but not too much. Do I need another G? Put it in for now. And I think I need like a repetition of... Okay, a little loud. Pull those down slightly. Okay, so we've got something doing that. Okay, they're kind of just plodding along around those chords. It's kind of just to get a baseline idea of what's going to happen. And then I'll mess with it more. So, how big should this section sort of be? Let's just try violins playing this for the moment, while I try and think of something better. Not that there's anything in the world better than violins, clearly, but I just meant that it might become a bit samey if they've been doing everything. Okay. So now I have to program these somewhat carefully because they're on these legato patches again. So I find the best way to do that is, first of all, grab the whole section and overlap everything. And if there are ever two notes that are the same in a row, you glue them together. Glue those together. With the exception of if they're supposed to be like separate phrases, but you know. And I'll just do the top one and then I'll copy paste it for the bottom one, at least in the note lengths. Okay, and then the next thing I do is I find the note value that will kind of offset the track offset that I have. So this violin is minus 250 milliseconds. So basically, even though the note is here, it starts 250 milliseconds before, which at this tempo is about here, which is exactly where I want it on the downbeat. So let's just try this to the click. And of course, you're going to need a lot of CC data so you can hear what you're doing. And I will turn this down. Don't worry, this is just for figuring out timing. Okay, that's all working. Just to experiment, let me try it at a lower velocity, and then we'll get some more, and I may do this only in certain places to get some more of the portamento sound. Okay, I'm going to need it to be a lot lower velocity than that. I think it only triggers when you're at like between 5 and 10 or something, you know, 0 and 10, something like that. So let's try it at 5. Okay, which of these are actually nice and which of them are over the top? That one's nice. Maybe this one should be normal transition. No, yeah. So I think anytime I'm doing, it's probably one of these like little, what are they called? Appoggiaturas kind of thing. Okay, we got a technical question here. Seems like you're using CC stuff to put things in the front of the mix instead of mixing track volume. What's the difference? If I'm using CC expression, there is no difference because CC expression and main volume are just basically gain. So whether you do it with the mixer or you do it with this, it's just gain. The thing that I find useful about this, though, is that you can easily automate and play CC using a fader. So you can basically play the gainer. Play the gain. What is it called? Knob thing? Slider? You can play the gain slider using a fader control, which is nice. It feels quite musical. So that's the first thing. And then the other thing is I find it really handy because you can then copy paste that information around as you shoot things around. Yeah, you're going to be changing the expression on different tracks, and you can easily automate that without messing with sliders. So it's kind of like, because if I wanted to change the volume of this, right, and I came in here and I saw, violin legato, I want it to be louder, and I turned up the gain here, I would then have to go through and automate that. If I show you here using this automation, and it's kind of like, to me, that feels like a whole separate process. It's very removed from what I'm doing. Whereas, so it's both. So let me show you. So, okay, here I'm going to turn expression and modulation all the way up. So this is effectively as loud as the note can be, both in terms of timbre and mix. And then, okay, there I turned it all the way down to 0 using expression. So the timbre didn't change, but obviously it faded out to nothing. So now I'll fade it back up. If I can find the right knob, there we go. Okay, and then now I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to bring modulation from 127 down to 0. Okay, and there it was crossfading between the different dynamic layers that were recorded, so you're getting the different timbre. So it's like, yeah, that's how you and so by using both, you can do these things. And you can sort of perform the instrument in an expressive way by using both of those. So yeah, I think you need all the elements, but I definitely think using expression rather than this, although technically from like a objective point of view, they are performing the same function, just in terms of controlling them, I like this a lot more. Okay, good question though. Let's keep going with this violin thing. So what I'm trying to do here is differentiate between where we're doing like portamento note changes. So like effectively that's like a slide, as compared to just stopped note changes where they change the note immediately. So that's a slide. That one. Let's try it like that. Oh, it gets a bit freaked out. So there, I think we really need that strongly on the beat, first of all, and also played more strongly, so. Okay, I think the first one is nice with the portamento changes, and then I think the second group of quavers should probably be like that. That's just my instinct. Let's hear it. Yeah, and this one maybe as well. I'm just thinking like to try and make it sound realistic. I think that's nice. Okay, cool. So now we have this. This is our data. Or data. Datum. And it goes here down the octave, and I'm going to do the same thing up here. So this is going to be really loud at the moment, but at least we're going to get these violins playing in octaves. Okay, that's working nicely. It's too loud and it's too intense, I think. Well, maybe. We'll see. Let's leave it at this kind of safe level. I'll come back and automate it more like modulate it more, I guess, if I'm certain that this is the sound I want. At the moment, I'm just kind of throwing paint on the wall and seeing what sticks. And definitely, it played expressively on the violins like that in octaves is a really nice sound, but it might not be quite right. What I'm going to do is... Oh, I have received a new follower. Who's that follower? Storms in July. I know who that is. Hi, Andreas. Thanks for following. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to chop these MIDI clips, and that will let me select them and then just kind of... I have little hotkeys set up that will move this around for me, so... I think my short strings need to be a bit more like compressed, like kind of, they can be loud, but they need to be closer in volume to one another. So I'll do that by compressing the MIDI and then bring them up. I'm going to double them with a different short sound just to try and get a bit more. Okay, that's working. Then we'll let's extend, we've got like the sub-bass synth going. I think I also want to double this shorts with like some kind of synthesizer patch. Nothing that really overwhelms them, but something that will kind of sweeten them. Okay, so here, let's just follow this bass line. And I don't want to be playing that. I want to be playing this. You might not even be able to hear that. It's very low. But let me just record it in. Okay, I couldn't decide which octave of this D flat I wanted. Maybe the lower one. Is there any way I could change the length of these? They're sounding cool, but I want the really spiccato, like click, 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 click. Let me try just quickly load up another patch that I think might give me more of the sound I'm looking for. Spiccato. Oh, do they not have? No. Just trying to find the right sound here. So it's a staccato with the staccato setting. Let's see if this is any better. Yeah, that's really nice and short. Okay, so this is CSS short. And hopefully because I duplicated that, it'll have the same, yeah, it's got the same reverb, it's going to the same bus, so everything's okay. So this is probably too much, but I've got 3 different patches of shorts going at once, and I'll try and figure out either I want to balance them, or I want to only use 2, or maybe only use 1. I think it might be these outer 2. What I'll do is I'll just mute that one, and then let's balance these a little bit. Cool. That's sounding good. I also think I need some more bass action going here, because now that I've got this sub-bass sort of thing going. Let me put that here. Ah. Sorry, I just gotta clean that up a little bit. Okay, and then I'll make these. Is that gonna work how I want? No, of course it's not. Life is never that easy. These already feel quite loud. Although I'm digging it though, because I'm only doing it on the 8th notes, it's kind of got a heaviness to it that's helping. Let's hear the shorts. I think this Cinematic Studio Strings bass sound is really strong, so let me just tame that a bit. Oop. Ah, okay. So whatever the transition is that takes them down to the C, they are late. So let's just try and clean that up slightly. Okay. I gotta do it in fractions of a beat. Digging it? Okay, and I think now that I've got so much more heaviness, I can at least bring these up more. Oh, it's so wrong now. What did I do? Was it actually just right before I did anything? That sounds early. I think at the different dynamic layers, the rate of change of notes with the legato transitions is slightly different, and it's like... Thank you, Vincenzo. Well, I think you will. Think you will. Alright. Let's just hear what we've got so far, because I've been kind of in the weeds of messing with CCs and stuff, and it could be good just to hear the overall feeling. So let's just give it one more go. Okay, hearing it all together, it sounds kind of abrupt that these come in, so I think I definitely need to introduce some 16th note motion in the bars preceding this new section, or else it's just like too much too fast. The other thing is, this needs to kind of end its phrase a little earlier, and then this really needs to feel like it's starting on the downbeat. What happens if I just put it there? Is it going to be too soon? Oh no, that's actually just right. Okay, cool. Vincenzo says, what libraries did you use for the legato strings here? That is this library here, Cinematic Studio Strings. And I really like it because with their legato patch, if you have it, like with this patch, if you go into sustain and you turn legato off, you just get chords, and you can kind of shape them a little bit. But if you go into the legato mode, then you have two modes of legato. Standard, which has two different legato speeds. A fast legato, so this is velocity, what you're looking at here. If you play with the velocity of anything over, I'm assuming the middle is 63, you'll get the fast legato. And it's actually pretty capable of handling some fast playing, which is nice. And if you go below 63, really nice medium legato transitions. But I like to put it, when I'm really wanting to milk things, on the advanced mode, which is where if you then play a velocity below 15, 20, I'm not sure exactly where it is, then you get the ultra slow portamento. So those are really nice. If you can program them just right, to me they sound really amazing. And the other thing that I like about this one is, so you've got your normal, you've got like modulation, expression, but then on breath, which I have mapped as my next C fader, you can actually crossfade between different amounts of vibrato. So you can have the old super low vibrato chords, which, you know, like the early music chords. Or you can have the high vibrato chords. And it takes a bit of like detail-oriented work, but the realism you can get is quite significant. Yeah, I like this one a lot. It's almost exclusively what I use, actually. Okay, let's go back to where we were. Here, what just happened? That C is out of time, and it's so annoying. Why? What have I done wrong? What have I done to deserve this? Okay, saying that's right for now. Okay, the next thing I needed to do was to really introduce the 16th note motion a little earlier. Can I be sneaky? We have these chords already. I'm gonna try and do it in a bit of a weird way, just because it's like quite low effort, and sometimes low effort can be good. Oh no, wait, I might have needed that. I'm gonna pull the bass line out. So I want the C here, and then I need to put the G minor 7 flat 5, which is here. Put that there on bar 22. And then delete everything before. And then what I'm actually going to just try and do is do like a velocity ramp and also an expression ramp for this. And see if I can like kind of fade them in. It's a bit music edit-y rather than traditional orchestration, but it might just work. Okay, I'm liking that. Maybe it needs to be... Well, actually, there's a lot going on at this point, so let me not listen in solo because maybe it's just right. So what I'm trying to do here is introduce the 16th note motion in advance of when we hear it the first time so that it's slightly more prepared. I think it's working. There's a lot of other stuff going on there, and maybe some of the other layers are too loud, and it's getting in the way of you really feeling the 16th note pulse. Also, maybe this is too quiet, what I've just done. But that's okay. What I'm more concerned about is the fact that these violins are feeling kind of late. Let me end this a little earlier. I almost want to pull this forward. I think that might have done it, even though I'm kind of cheating a little bit. Yeah, and I also have to come back in here and clean up the CCs a lot and make this more of a performance rather than just... Because you can see I just have it on a static CC thing, which is not necessarily ideal. But okay, I want to work on some other stuff too, because I don't want to just get trapped doing the same thing. Okay, I thought it would be cool to have some horns playing this melody legato, the lower octave. Let's grab that and chuck it in the horns, and then I'll need to requantize it and perform it a little bit. Ah, yes. Good. I wonder, do I need some overlaps for these as well? Let's see. Too loud. Too darn loud. can hear something weird going on with my short strings that I do want to fix, but I'm just trying to not get stuck doing the minutiae. I want to actually like expand the music a bit for you guys. So yeah, I also can't really tell where things are in time now because the click should really be twice the speed that it is here. I'm just going to build in a different audio click that I can more easily modify the speed of. Click needs to go to... Oh, it's loud. Sorry, it's really loud. Everything's kind of lagging a little bit. Yeah, sorry about the click. I didn't realize it was going to be that loud. Should hopefully be better now. I'm just trying to get a... It is dragging a little bit, but I think it's okay. Okay, let's get... let's try this patch. Nice big chords. So I'm gonna do... I'll just leave it on this level and then record, and then I'll fix the CC after, because it's... Hello! Oh! Wiz Kun is following. Hello, thank you for following. Feel free to ask any musical questions, and I may be able to answer them, and I may not. Okay, I'm going to record some big brass chords now. Everybody loves big brass chords. Okay. Wait, my click is playing stuff, sorry. Shut up, click. Ah, okay, good attempt, good attempt. Mistakes were made, but anyway. Okay, yeah, obviously way too loud. Is this just a personal project for you? Yeah, I'm kind of just doing it as a bit of stream content, and also my friend Mike has put together like a series of tutorials he's going to be doing, where he's asked the general public to write a little suite of music to a given brief. So I thought I'd help him out with his channel by providing him with another person's attempt at that. This is my attempt. Yeah, so that's that question. What's the best Bowie song? I really like Moon Age Daydream the best. There's a really nice low strings, I think it's cellos, part near the end of that. Something like that. My favorite bit. Okay. Now that we've got those two burning questions out of the way, let me record some CC for this, because, as I'm sure you noticed, it sounded too much. Oh wait, I didn't actually fix the notes. You really could answer any musical question. I mean, it might not be the right answer, or it might not be a satisfying answer, but I can try. Okay, let me clean this up. What I like to do is just glue together any series of notes where they touch each other. And I'm probably going to want to chop them again afterwards to make into... to show the phrases, because you get those nice like decay effects when you get the note off. So like, right, turn everything off. Okay. Usually when you have that note off of releasing the key, you get a nice release sample as well. So trying to grab those can just improve the subtle thing, but it helps. Okay, this last chord is a bit silly. Hmm. Okay, that's doing stuff. Oh, cool. Nice. I'm also getting into video game music, and next semester in college, I'm going to take orchestration and composing courses. Yeah, very nice. Keep it up. If you have any specific questions, ask me, but yeah, that's cool. What DAW do you use? Do you use Cubase as well? I think Cubase is really nice, personally. Okay. So I'm just kind of running into some balancing issues here. I'm trying to get the horns to sound good. I want them just on the cusp of kind of the cuivre sound. So the cuivre is like the brassy sound. Not too much that it's like this overpowering thing. And I'm trying to do the same thing with this chimbasso bass trombone patch. What's cuivre? I think it's the French term for brassy, but you'll often see it in brass scores as just like, it's kind of just to determine what kind of color you want. It's that brassy, raspier sound. Let me see if I can show you. So, okay, so down here, not cuivre, because it's very like smooth and rounded. And then up here, cuivre. Right, so there is a point at which one becomes the other. For me, it's there. That little bit of raspiness. I don't know, maybe this is nonsense, but for me, when I hear that little bit of raspiness, I'm like, okay, that's cuivre. So then, as you go on from there, it's like, there's still a lot to give after the first introduction of raspiness. It can get much louder, but in my head, that's kind of like a cutoff point between two different brass textures, cuivre and the non-cuivre. I do use Cubase. I'm still working on bringing in more dynamics into my strings. Yeah, definitely for that one, I would say get some kind of a fader if you can. You can do it with the mouse. I used to do it with the mouse, but automate modulation and expression for your strings. The modulation is going to give you a different tone color, and the expression is going to be the overall volume, the loudness. So using a combination of them, you can be a lot more expressive with your strings. But definitely, if you can get a fader thing on your keyboard or whatever, where you can actually play those in real time and hear the effects in real time, it's going to allow you to increase your mock-up production like tenfold. So that's really important. Okay. I was working on this new section. Okay, it needs some more stuff, but it's working at the moment. Working for me at the moment. Let's just move on so I can get a rough feeling of the whole shape. So I think the next section, what I was going to do was to basically restate the final couple bars, the final 4 bars of what we had before. So let's really go out here, go all out. And I'll try and make it as big as I reasonably can. So we'll get trumpets, we'll get trombones, playing in octaves. Okay, and the lower octave for the trombones. Hear those two. Okay, the CCs are too high. Do want them to be loud, but come on, guys. Make it reasonable. That's cool. Let's... you know, I've left the woodwinds kind of out in the cold here. I wasn't really using them all that much. I think I'm going to need them in this final big section to double some stuff and... So let's have the flutes... Excuse me. Flutes and oboes playing the upper line. I'm just going to put so that this sort of makes some sense, because I realize having this on its own makes no sense. I'm going to put the chords back. Okay, a bit loud, guys. Unrealistic for you guys to be that loud. Okay, clarinet. Actually, I think I might have clarinets and bassoons doing some more short note textures here. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Actually, maybe... Hang on. Maybe that's what I was missing here. Maybe this is the solution to all my woes. Each and every woe. I don't really have that many voices. And take the top 3. So here, I'm just taking my strings patch and I'm reducing it to the top 3 voices to be played by clarinets. Because I think that would be nice. And actually, maybe here I want the moving voice rather over the static voice. You can make little changes like these on the go. Okay, that's kind of already in 3 voices at the top and doesn't have much movement, but maybe it's nice. Let's hear it. Okay, I'm just going to automate that along with what I'm playing. So for this, I always, if I've copied a MIDI clip from somewhere else and I want to do something different to it, it's really nice to use. You right click and you go, I think you have to do control right click, functions, delete continuous controllers. Actually, maybe that was off the screen because of the other screen. Delete continuous controllers, it's there. And that'll just scrub all the CC data so you don't have any nasty CC data you don't like floating around. And then beginning, and we'll just record. Okay, at the moment that's a very rough transition, I'm aware, but that's what I'm working on fixing. Okay, clarinets are doing that. Bassoons can be doing a similar sort of thing. Oh, I'd really like them... I want them playing 16ths or 8ths. Just leave them on 8ths, they were doing. Of the bottom voices. What is happening with my bassoons? Bit low. Okay. Oh, this is heavy metal right here. Okay, not all that stuff. Let's try this one. Okay, certainly some stuff is happening. It might be a little over the top, but some stuff is definitely happening. I think, so I've got them on a kind of a lower modulation to try and get a gentler timbre, and it still sounds like the low notes. There are no gentler timbres. Like, can a bassoon even play this? I guess it's like a contra. Maybe it's a no, I have a contra as a separate thing. Well, whatever. Maybe it's like only in extreme circumstances can this note be played, but they've just sampled it so we can have it over and over again. I'm also hearing in my head, maybe synthesizers don't really work with this, but I can hear like a you know, something like that, something more fast moving gently to keep the rhythm going. Maybe that'll work, maybe not. All right, so we've got that going on. I think this is just a guide. And let's just put it loud guide. Whoops. I think I'm probably not going to have these strings in the end, but yeah, this trombone patch doesn't sound the best. Gotta be honest. Okay, it's extremely rough around the edges. I'm just throwing like block colors around. The next thing I want to do is keep these chords going in the woodwinds and strings that I've just created. So what's the easiest way to do that? I guess what I'll do is I'll copy that. Then I'll... Oh, now this is fancy. Check this out. So I'll make this one color. So I'm making my short notes like purple, and I'm overlaying them with this. And this is a bit... let's take you to the second screen. Did I do that right? Yes, we're on the second screen. Oh, my... wasn't supposed to be full. Now what I can just do is I can move my purple notes. Let's see if I put it on this. Now, when I select, it'll only select the purple notes, which are the ones I want to change. And then I can just follow the chord progression from before. Now, the voicing might not exactly be perfect, but at the very least, all notes will be notes of that chord. And it's something that you can kind of do very quickly. Although I'm losing the motion, so I'll have to come back and add the motion in. But it's a good way to at least get a starting point. Actually, maybe it's not so good because I'm losing all the motion. Oh well. But actually, maybe this more static sound is better for this point. We'll have to see when we hear it. It's one of those things that would sound really good live. Because like you can just have, when you got like a real string section playing. I'm missing a note of the chord here. When you got a real string section playing, they could just play the same chord 100 times in a row and it still sounds good. But when you have a fake ensemble doing that, it doesn't. What is this chord? B flat minor. Okay, I don't need all that fanciness. Those upper extensions, don't need those. F. Oh yeah, the F is part of that chord, but maybe it would be better to have the B flat instead. This is just technical stuff. There, okay. I think this should be right now. Okay, this voice, that's the real metal headbanger among them. Let's get rid of that. Ah, I missed something here. That's the wrong note. What are you? You're an A flat. Are you an F minor over A flat? Yes, I think you are. So this whole B flat thing is wrong. Wait, what is this chord? F minor over B flat. Yeah, okay, so I just didn't fix it. Oh, there's a 7th in there somewhere. Actually, no, there are no wrong notes, but there's too much A flat. Right? Yeah. And this G's. And this. Okay, we have some chords. So let's now, we can do the same process. We can put those over here. And then we can paste them there, paste them there. And then I just need to grab the top 3 voices, but that should be fine. I haven't gone too low here. I'll just go to 2 voices there, whatever. And then here, the bottom 2. Okay. Cool, getting there now. So hopefully, let's just try to listen to those sections together. So clarinets, bassoons, and then short strings. And we want this section here. Okay, cool. Some CC stuff got changed there, so let's just fix that. Like, for example, you suddenly went way louder than you should have been, as did, I believe, you did. Yeah. That's because I copied the CC over from the strings, so you got to just be careful whenever you're moving clips around like that, that you're bringing other stuff along. These ones are fine. Okay, cool. Now, is that enough harmonic information to let this work? Let's see. One of those chords sounds weird. I've spotted it. It's this D flat, which does not belong. And I'm going to turn off this edit active part on. Oh, wait, shoot. Have I been on the wrong screen for the whole time? Oh, no, I went back to the normal screen. The edit active part only, I'm going to turn that off. So now what that lets me do is grab these notes. And these notes are, it says at the top, mural shorts, bassoon short, clarinet short. So it's like 4 different tracks. So now I can edit all 4 of those tracks at once and fix the harmony. Okay. Still not super jazzed about how these sound, but again, they're kind of temporary. They're placeholder to be worked on. Don't worry, I know they sound bad. All right. So now I actually think the violins just have to keep trucking away. Don't know if I have much of a choice in the matter. Trying to paste stuff around. Okay. Let's try and put them on the beat for the moment. I have a feeling I'm going to have to go all out here. Just see. That can't possibly work, can it? Oh yeah, they can play up to like... Okay, we're well clear of the stratosphere. Okay. The short notes are sounding a little comical to me, like a little stupid. So that's to be improved on. And then I think it could be nice to really have this in 3 octaves. So if we're going like crazy with the amount of stuff we're putting on this, we could have it in cello as well. Because it'll be really vibrant and hot there. So you can see that's cello down there at the C3 level. That's violins 2 at the C4 level. And that's violins 1 at the C5 level. So I just got to do a little CC for these guys. At the very least, they should have approximately the same CC as the other ones. Draw it in for now. The other thing I need to do is give them high breath so that they're really vibrato-y, and fix their track delay so that they're in time with the other ones. Hear those 3 together. I think the trumpets are just making it sound cheap. That I'm feeling right now. Everything else I'm digging. Maybe if I want that higher... Okay, so I'm doubling the flute with the piccolo here because I've taken it up an octave. Okay, nearly there with this. I think let's continue with some more. Oh, and I never did what I said I was going to do, which was to check this out. So if you cut this cut and hold control, you can turn off snapping to make these slightly smaller, and that phrases them more nicely. Okay, then I need to do some of that stuff. Oh, it was all going so well until I got to these chords. Okay, first set of chords. Nice. Are you not? Fantastic. Okay, so where are we? We're here. Oh, no, we're... I think that's a better way of voicing. It's awkward because if I put the third of this B flat minor here, really muddy, so... And I think I didn't really have the F either, again, because it's muddy. Okay, I'm gonna go into pen and paper mode, mouse and pen mode, to try and figure this out, because I think I have to be quite specific about what voices I do and where to make this work. Yeah, so like, I don't like that one. Maybe I can do that. Too loud, I know, but I'm just... Wait, did I do the sus4 and everything else? Oh yeah, I did. Maybe it's too much here. I think actually, instead of changing this, I'll change everyone else. I'm trying to decide, I said that in a very shorthand way. I'm trying to decide, do I end the piece by going, or do I just end the piece by going? So that's the decision. And I voted on the latter, because I've done the former too many times. Okay, cool. And I think the phrasing here should change to be like da, da, you know, whereas before it was like a 2-bar up and down sort of thing. So here, try and get these lined up. Okay. No, I tried to do something cool at the end, but I didn't do it enough. The lesson that nothing is cool unless you do it enough. Okay, getting there. So all of these melodies need more CC's phrasing to be polished up and to sound more realistic. And then I also probably need to add some like cool synthesizers, more sound design, improve the balance. There's a lot of like final things to be done, but basically this is the shape of it. So I think I'm kind of out of time for tonight, but this is the piece so far, and I think one more little stream will do it to finish it off. So I'm going to play you guys a piece, and then I'll be done. So thank you very much everyone for listening.